Welcome, everyone, to Pitbull Stadium, not far from Miami and the home of the FIU Panthers. And today, this fan base eager to show everyone what the Panthers' home field advantage is all about. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Texas A&M Aggies taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Florida International Panthers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports. Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. FIU will kick it off to get things underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Aggies offense will get the first possession of the game. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, woo, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. Going to have to be really careful trying to cover that dude.
Still running at the 40. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Aggies racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy...
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Panthers offense will have its first possession of the game. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Wide out in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's out past the 35. Open runway ahead. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd, because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. The give to the back. Finds a crease at the 20. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Brown has it. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Panthers! Lining up for the PAT. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Lisa, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the returner will be brought down. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Scanning the field, it's Reed. Bought a little time, lets it go. That ball was nearly intercepted. They'll live to tell about it. 3rd down coming up.
All right, ball was incomplete, but that was a nice job up front by the offensive line. Really nice job of communicating with one another and understanding where that pass rush was coming from.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to... Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. 2nd and 10 here. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Oh, he got loose. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes.
All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Florida International. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Auburn went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Tigers ever do that? The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into the run.
Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Pocket starts to collapse. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
The give on the inside. At the 45 on his way. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. He's going to pass. He makes the connection.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Trying play action. Fires on the run. And he makes the catch inside the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
This offensive line does such a good job communicating in the pass protection. You can see guys passing defenders off to one another, and that's why the quarterback had so much time to complete that throw deep downfield.
He worked his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Scrambling away. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Texas A&M. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. On the option. The pitch. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start offense.
Not much of a decision to make there, as the defense will move them back. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. FIU will line up to punt. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score. What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
With the run on 1st and goal. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
Touchdown.
And the big fella runs right down the middle of the field, runs the post route. You can tell quarterback locked into him, throws it up high, lets him catch the football, use his big body to kind of fend off the defenders and get in the end zone for 6.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. The Florida International offense is back on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Looking to pass. It's Sellers. Going to take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll run play action. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Brings it in down the left side. The expressway is wide open. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Panthers.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse.
He's loose. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. You count up those explosive plays in the game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss it. If this guy gets into the 2nd level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but, man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch. And in this case, even catching the football, it was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll try to run for it. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollack.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
He now has 110 yards rushing in this game and getting closer to 1,400 for the season. To the air on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Lewis. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Fast motion from the offense. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Leaves it with the back. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Brown. Running it in the red zone, imposing their will and picking up 5 down to the 15. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. He makes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, FIU. Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
That makes the score for Florida International.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Looking downfield, it's Reed. Fires a bullet, now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Panthers! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it.
21.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some...
He's going to fire deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots, so they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
This time he's got him. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They want to just keep throwing it. Flushed out of the pocket. At the 40, there he goes. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
A&M comes back out with another first down. Got his man. Delivers the stiff arm. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Aggies.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. That was not a great throw. Might even call it ungood. Tried to put some air under it and just made it too easy.
I don't think the quarterback had a lot of confidence in where he was going with that football, Reese. I mean,
just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Back to pass, it's Reed. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not just hard-nosed running, that's cement-nosed running as he gets to the 25. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Quarterback now breaking the field. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. It's good.
well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, you're still happy to get the field goal.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Florida International offense is back on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that play.
Dialing up a second down pass play. He lets one fly deep. And it's caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Florida International. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. From the gun, give on the inside. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They go right back to him. Jukes his way for more. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Miami. And you know, in a day where the spread option and air raid are the offenses of choice, how nice is it to see the 3 yards and a cloud of dust approach? Although we've also seen some runs go for a lot longer. Physical offensive lines coupled with great backs is like a throwback to the olden days, and that's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ricardo Silva Stadium.
Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
And he is marked out of bounds after another big game. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. With the catch, it's Lewis. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
Touchdown, Panthers. He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Mississippi State was anything but dominant, but the Bulldogs are going to leave this stadium today winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the Elcom. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Texas A&M going up tempo.
At the 25-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll leave it with him. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. On the move, it's McNeil. Slips through the line. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. That's reeled in. It's McNeil. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And now on second down for this offense. The give to the right. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, another good run. I feel like we could put that on loop, Jesse. Just another good run. Another good run. Another good run. Over 150 yards on the day. He's been the complete package, showing off all his skills today.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, FIU! And the punishment has been extended. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
55, Texas A&M.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
The offense lining up for a first down play. To the air, it's Reed. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Using the quick game. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Fires on the move. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. The aerial assault continues. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. Here comes the offense on second down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Takes the handoff. It's Owens. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They'll try to run for it. Still running at the 40. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it.
And it's just got to be nice to have a running back that can make big-time plays with his feet. First down, second down, third down right here. His opportunity, he gets the football, makes a huge gain. He makes this offense go, and it makes it so easy to be a play caller.
Might be looking to run. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Looks as if Texas A&M will have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Buys a little time. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Fires into the end zone. And the ball is intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Line gets set, first down. They go to the ground. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Wide receiver shows motion. To the air, it's Sellers. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He'll pull it down. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab. It's Brown. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Motion from the offense. Turning to the running game on first and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. FIU pushing tempo. They'll try to blast their way in. Touchdown, Panthers! And the route is on. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And they tacked on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
62, Texas A&M, 31.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
A full dive to haul that one in.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
Comes out throwing on first down. Makes his connection. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Wide out in motion. They're going to throw it again. Floating away. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Now improvising. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something up.
Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. He's at the 50. Past the 30. 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Florida International. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. UCLA is down right now inside the Rose Bowl, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Pasadena today. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Virginia. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. He's looking to throw it. They're setting up the screen. Discards a man. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
Brings up second down.
To the air, it's Reed. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Went up top on second down. That leaves him needing a yard here on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. He's going to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great.
Grabs it up the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Aggies. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Florida International offense is back on the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
On 2nd and 10, a 4 wide out set, trips right. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Makes a catch on the left. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown, Panthers. And the pummeling has started. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. A first down for the offense. Looking for a man, it's Reed. Can't get him to the ground. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day, so been a successful day. Now, 300 yards, I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, maybe. It's a big deal today in college football, no doubt. Now, listen. He's in a rhythm right now. He's in a groove. We've seen good decision-making. He's been playing on time, and he's been deadly accurate throwing it. And guess what? This game is far from over.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. They'll run the screen. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Back to the air one more time. He's going to let it go. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now 3rd down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Now the play fake. Quarterback adapting. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Complete out of the backfield. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. FIU pushing tempo.
Another FIU.
To the ground with the back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to the running back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
And that last run leaves them with a 3rd down. Will they keep it on the ground? Wide receiver coming across in motion. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Gotta look good.
Looking for the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense getting set for first down. Quick pass on the jet motion. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
All right, defense. So you're saying there's a chance, right? We got to stop. We're way down. We got to make something happen fast, but the offense just gave us the football.
He'll take a shot. And that one is picked off in the end zone. Got some room to run. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. And man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw earlier in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happened.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.